Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Conversation. And this is going to be the news day because yesterday there was a crash, there's a panic situation out there in the market. So the news are really important. We want to understand what exactly is going on around there in different countries. What are people even talking about it, and what exactly is happening in the market? So that's what we're going to go through once again. So some of the news that I want to cover is. Of course, about up to 40% drop in the cryptocurrency market, right from starting from the top to the lowest, right from Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything in red. We're going to talk about the reason of why it is happening. So some news from South Korea and China. And then we're also going to talk about Alibaba, which is a Chinese company, which is now getting into mining, cryptocurrency mining, and that's pretty strange because China is doing has some other plans, whereas Alibaba is putting up the mining farm. So we're gonna talk about that. At the same time, the Singapore ministry, they said that they are in no mood to actually regulate cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin as yet. At the same time, he is also very positive that the Bitcoin will survive this crash that we see recently. And also, we're going to talk about some of the news from Japan. Japan's largest banks are now launching cryptocurrencies. So we have a mixed news from different part of the globe. We have some news from some countries which are against cryptocurrency, which are Bitcoin, which are causing FUD. At the same time, we have other news which are talking very, very positive about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin space. So we're going to go through all of that. Once again, welcome to the channel. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We are not going to spend a lot of time on coin market cap today. We all know there's a crash already, 17%, 21%. Probably a good time to buy. Probably a good time to buy, right? A lot of people still have a question that whether it's a bubble and it's going to burst, and if everything is negative. But when I was going through the news this morning, I didn't find a lot of things as negative, and that is why I want to share with you. So one of the reasons for the recent crash has been the uncertainty in the Asian market, specifically in South Korea and China. So of course, as you already know, the South Korea was not very sure as to what needs to be done with the cryptocurrency exchanges. They said that once they're going to ban all the cryptocurrency exchanges, and then later on they said no, we are not banning. At the same time, what happened in China? China has gone ahead and stopped the exchange-like services. What does that mean? Like something like local bitcoins. They had already stopped all the cryptocurrency exchanges, so you could not convert your Chinese yuan into cryptocurrency. Now they have also gone very strict, and they have also stopped the local exchanges like local Bitcoin and other exchanges as well. So this was another reason of why there was a crash yesterday by almost by 40%. So South Korea and China has been the biggest reason of the couple. There was an even talk about cryptocurrencies being considered as a big bubble. So there's this guy called Paul. He tweeted that the crypto bubble has started. 2018 will be a year to remember. Pray for a mini crash. Remember, it's a mini crash, and remember to buy it. That's the positivity coming out from Paul. So, and there's a lot of positive news that I want to share with you once again. So now moving on to the another news from China, China's Alibaba. Now, I'm sure you know about Alibaba, right? So Alibaba is launching with the cryptocurrency mining farm. Now that's very strange. The Chinese government is still not sure what to do with the cryptocurrencies. In fact, they are getting stricter with the cryptocurrencies market and Bitcoin market, whereas Alibaba decides to put a cryptocurrency mining farm. That's quite possible because Alibaba has that hold because it's one of the biggest company from China, and I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can. They would know the regulators better. They would be, would be in touch with the regulators better, and they can. And if they have taken the decision of setting up a mining farm, probably there is something good coming in China as well. You never know that. So it's been all over the news. Alibaba launches crypto mining farm in business in China. But guys, what do you have to think about it? Are you saying that China is about to reopen the cryptocurrency market very soon with some kind of regulations? Why would Alibaba do that, right? Because we already heard that Chinese government is actually getting strict with the mining farm in China. That's pretty strange. What do you have to say about this? Singapore, one of the best country that when it comes to regulations of or maybe acceptance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, they say there is no need of regulating cryptocurrencies as yet, and Singapore won't regulate cryptocurrencies. So this is the interview that I urge you to watch this. I urge you to watch this because I even if I play, you'll not be able to hear the voice of it. But I urge you to watch this. This is a very, very interesting interview that I went through this morning, and I found it very, very informative. And I would definitely urge you guys to watch it. What he says basically that cryptocurrencies is just the first application of blockchain right now, and Singapore is very positive on the overall technology, and we don't see any need of regulations on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. But what we will do is we will regulate the activities around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies activities, like to stop any any money laundering activities or any illicit activities that that can be prohibited around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in itself is a technology, but what we need to do is any activities which are not in favor of the country, that needs to be regulated. So that's a very positive move. This is again an Indian guy. I will leave the link in the description below. Please go ahead and watch it. It's a very, very positive interview that I watched this morning. And the same news is also here on CNBC that says Singapore Central Bank head hopes cryptocurrency tech will survive the crash. So that's the news, guys. The head of the Singapore is very positive on the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Here's another news on Cointelegraph that talks about, is global front on Bitcoin regulation possible? Because that is why global, because Bitcoin is truly global. So if there has to be some regulations, is it possible that all the countries in the world can come together and decide on the fate of Bitcoin, or maybe how they want to go ahead and accept it? So in this article, what it says that it looks very, very difficult that every country will come together. Why? Because the countries tend to have a different opinion. You can see that right now. I mean, look at what China is doing and look at what Japan is doing. Japan has already proposed more cryptocurrency exchanges that will launch in Japan. As you can see, India's largest bank to launch cryptocurrency exchange, and which is completely opposite of what China is doing right now. So is it ever possible for all the countries in the world to come together and take a decision on how they want to go ahead and regulate Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Because we need to understand that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are truly global. They don't belong to one particular country. And any country who doesn't want to participate into this emerging technology will be either left behind, or or they have to define some or the other alternative. So this is the article that says, is the global regulation ever possible? I'm not really sure. It looks very difficult. The only thing that I look at it, country by country, every country will realize. Maybe some countries will sooner realize this, some countries will realize later. But I think at the end of the day, all the countries will need to embrace and accept it and promote it, rather encourage it, rather than going against it, right? Just like Singapore, what Singapore is doing, just like Canada, just like Japan and other countries. Now, another news, guys, if you are an investor into BitConnect, I'm not sure whether you are or not, but Bitcoin, it seems, is bidding bye-bye. It's closing down. Now, this is what happens with the Ponzi schemes, guys. Whenever you have anything that offers you fixed return, these companies do not run for a longer term. Maybe you can make some money if you get started at the beginning, at the top level. But in the long term, they are not really a good cryptocurrencies, and they're not a cryptocurrencies in the first place, just like Ripple is not a cryptocurrency. So let's have a look at BitConnect price, which used to be in the top 10, by the way. So Bitcoin promoters said that we are on the top 10 of the coin market cap. And look at what happened with Bitcoin. BitConnect, so it's about $26 right now. BitConnect is shutting down. BitConnect shuts down its exchange, citing a string of excuses. In a move that will surprise few observers, BitConnect has announced that it is closing down its lending and exchange platform. The company has widely been accused of operating a Ponzi scheme and was recently rebuked by SEC. Now, this could be from the government or because of the regulators, or this could also be their own personal decision. They have already collected enough of Bitcoins from people across the globe. And eventually what's going to happen now is they would stop the payouts of whatever they had promised to the people, right? So all those promise of payouts is going for toss, guys. So again, I will reiterate this and re-emphasize on this point that please do not invest into anything that offers you fixed return. Most probably that would be a scam. And also try and understand the difference between a scam and a technology and a Ponzi scheme. So this is another tweet. BK Coins, whoever he is, it says Vinny Lingam is in my top 5 respected investors. Should have taken his advice on BitConnect. If you would want to be wise, be among the wise and take their advice. So a lot of tweet. Yesterday, Vinny Lingam also tweeted about how Bitcoin is cracking down. It reminds him of 2014. Coming back to South Korea, guys. South Korea, which caused all the FUD and which is nowhere stopping, the new cryptocurrency exchanges proliferate in South Korea despite regulation. New cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea coming soon. Is this true? I don't know. Maybe yes, it is. So new cryptocurrency exchanges are rushing to launch in South Korea despite regulatory uncertainty due to high demand and lucrative business models. 10 crypto platforms are expected to open for business in the first half of this year, including 2 run by Kosdaq listed exchange. What is Kosdaq? Kosdaq is just like Nasdaq. It's a stock exchange in Korea. Why they want to do that? Why they want to open more exchanges? Well, very simple. The demand for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and other stuff is pretty high in South Korea, just like it is in India. And the exchanges are not able to fulfill all the orders. They need more exchanges to open up, and that's the simplest reason they are opening it. Do you think regulators will be able to stop it? I really don't think that's even going to be possible. South Korea wants to be in the game. They don't want to feel left out just like China did. And I'm sure they are drawing some regulations. And this is a temporary FUD, I believe. This is just my personal opinion, not a financial or investment advice, but I think this is a temporary FUD which will recover in maybe next 10 or 15 days or maybe a month's time. We might have a different picture altogether. Maybe Bitcoin touching back to 20k, Ethereum touching back to 15, and I don't talk about Ripple, sorry, Cardano touching back to $2 or whatever, because these are technology, these are invention, these are here to stay. These are not Ponzi schemes like BitConnect, which will shut down some other, right? Now, this is all my personal opinion, not a financial advice. Guys, this is what I wanted to share with you, the news around the globe to keep us updated so that we know what's happening in the market and we don't panic. We think for ourselves and not for others, right? There are about 30 virtual currency exchanges currently operating in Korea, and there will be more than 10 additional exchanges opening in the first half of this year. Is this news enough? Don't think so. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. Please leave your questions or comments or feedback in the comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, please watch this interview right now. I will leave the link in the description below, and I will see you in my next video. Subscribe if you're new and give this video a like. Thank you so much. See you. Bye bye. Take care. What happened?